Hi there, students. To cut someone some slack. Okay, to be less judgmental, be less harsh, to be less insistent that everything is perfect. So, come on, teacher, cut John some slack and give him another day to finish his project. Don't give him a 0 because he hasn't handed it in on time. Cut him some slack. Give somebody some leeway. Very often you ask somebody to cut someone some slack because they've been going through a hard time. So the boss cut the salesman some slack when his father died because he was not meeting his sales objectives. He's giving somebody a break. Maybe you're being less critical of their performance, but less critical of their behaviour than usual because you know they're having a difficult time because they're in a difficult situation. So when you start a new job, maybe your boss or your colleagues cut you some slack. Yeah, they expect less of you. They forgive small mistakes. To cut somebody a lot of slack, to cut somebody a little slack. So he's I don't normally arrive late, so once in a year is not unreasonable. So cut me some slack. Don't be quite so judgmental. Cut Sally some slack. She studied really hard for the test, but this isn't her best subject. Okay, so if you're cutting somebody some slack, you're not judging them as severely as you normally would. You're being less judgmental because that person's having problems again. He's late for work again, but cut him some slack because his wife's just had a baby. To give somebody additional freedom. It was the last day of class, so the teachers cut us some slack. Yeah, they were less insistent on the rules being enforced absolutely. It's to give somebody some leeway in their conduct, to not insist on everything being perfect. Please cut me some slack. I'm doing the best that I can, and criticizing me just makes it harder to do my best. So be less demanding. Ease up. Cut me some slack. Please cut me a little slack. Okay, so he cut me some slack. I'm only a couple of euros short. I've given you almost the full 5,000 euros. I'm about 10 euros short, so cut me some slack and I'll give you the other 10 tomorrow. Okay, so be less intense. Be a little bit more gentle. This idiom actually comes from, I think, from sailing. And I think if you pull a line really taut, really tight, then the sail pushes much harder. If you give it if you put less pressure on the rope, you pull the rope less tightly, it's easier on the boat. So when somebody is new in a school, you need to cut him some slack. Cut him some slack and let him learn from his mistakes. Okay? It talks about slackening the tautness of a rope. Yeah? So don't lean on him yet. Let's cut him some slack for the moment. So to not give somebody such a hard time, to make it a little bit easier for somebody, to treat somebody less harshly, less critically for some reason, normally for something that's happened. Okay, formality. cut him some slack. I'm going to give it a 4 in formality. Use it informally, use it in a semi-formal conversation, semi-formal writing just about, and certainly nothing more formal than that. And as I said, I think it's related to slackening off on the tautness of a rope, or the tautness of a rope for a sail. So anyway, enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. To cut someone some slack.